Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Shaiful. Today we are going to present the final group project of MGT657. Before we proceed, let me introduce the team member first. The first member is Nur Amirah, the second one is Nurul Syafiqah, the third one is Marsaf Nurujana, and the fourth one is Maisarah. Now, let's get started.
YTL Corporation Berhad began as a small construction company and grew to become one of Malaysia's largest conglomerates. The YTL Group's core businesses include utilities, construction contracting, cement manufacturing, property development and investment, hotel development and management, e-commerce initiative, and internet-based education solutions and services. For the vision of the company, YTL Construction is committed to building value that is not simply lasting but worthy of lasting. Our philosophy is anchored in the belief of building the right thing, that we are able to build life-changing infrastructure that can inspire people and nations. For the mission statement is to turn the right opportunities into the right thing and the right thing into the lasting value. We rely on the core values of honesty, hard work, moral responsibility, togetherness, and vitality to build value that is not simply lasting but worthy of lasting.
Moving on to the competitors. As shown in the table are the competitors of YTL Corporation Sdn Bhd, which are Gas Malaysia Berhad, YTL Power International Berhad, and Malakoff Corporation Berhad. With Gas Malaysia have 564 employees, YTL Power International have 4,521 employees, and Malakoff Corporation have 2,869 employees.
Now, I will continue for YTL Corporation's SWOT matrix. For SO, firstly is utilize digital technology such as artificial intelligence by integrating digital transformation components to explore new products, market opportunities, and customers' behavior. Secondly, integrate analytics and machine learning into electric utilities industry. Next, WO. Firstly, further expanding supply chain dependence in a more global direction. And for the second one is harnessing global supply chains as an opportunity to penetrate international markets. Moving to ST. First, diverse revenue streams help to survive in capital market disruptions by having other sources of income. Then, second ST is providing learning modules for both new and existing employees to prevent longer learning curve for training and development program. After that, we move to WT. The first WT is come up with clear communication to the workers to look automation as the tools to help free up any time spent on tasks and motivate them with the composition. The next one is redesign the composition structure and incentive to increase employees' revenue.
According to the graph above, space metric by YTL Corporation Berhad was categorized in defensive quadrant of space metric. It is located at the coordinates of -1.4 for X component and a Y component of -1. The space analysis defensive strategy is situated between environmental stability and competitive advantage. YTL Corporation Berhad seem like they were being pushed out by the competition. They are unlikely to succeed if they did not take action.
BCG Matrix, often known as the Bottom Consulting Group. In particular, BCG serves as a tool that may show the differences between sectors in terms of relative market share and market growth. The question marks, the stars, the cash cows, and the dot are the four components of the BCG Matrix. In this section, we chose four products to represent the YTL Corporation Sdn Bhd segmentation, which are construction, hotel operations, cement and building materials, and property investment and development. All these products that under the YTL Corporation segment are labeled as A, B, C, and D. In the table is the market share, relative market share, and market growth rate of YTL Corporation. All these parts will influence where the segment of division will be allocated in the BCG matrix. After we had allocated, here shows the position of the segment. In the first quadrant, the question mark, there are two segments, B and D, that represent hotel operation and property investment and development. Here, it portrays the segment have high growth but low market share. Therefore, YTL Corporation should invest more or discard the segments in order to achieve the star quadrant. The third quadrant is called the cash cow, where the organization must generate cash more than their needs. For the case of YTL Corporation, they indeed have one segment which is cement and building materials in the label of C. It conveys the segment has low growth and high market share. The fourth quadrant is the dots. The company YTL Corporation has one segment or division in the quadrant that is construction. It tells us that the division has low growth as well as low relative market share. In addition, if the organization products or services are located in the quadrant IV, it shows the business they operated are often liquidated, devastated, or trimmed down through retrenchment.
Next, we have the IE matrix. In order to get the IE matrix, we have to have the internal and external factor evaluation matrix, which are IFE and EFE. From the table, we can see the total weight score are 2.32 for IFE and 2.55 for EFE. The results are shown in the table points to the quadrant 5, which is in the hold and maintain region. In this region, the company YTL Corporation Sdn Bhd focuses on the market penetration and product development.
In conclusion, as one of the finest managed business in Malaysia, the company has garnered multiple honours and placed highly in numerous polls throughout the years, such as awards from publication. Even so, the company needs to increase its efforts to stand out more in the future. YTL Corporation should develop more collaboration between sales team and marketing team. It is because the development of customers' relationships is a specialty of salespeople in the electric utility sector. They should anticipate moving purchasing processes online so that the marketing department can benefit from the expertise of the sales team in developing customers' relationships.
Since the establishment of the Nippon Telegraph and Telephone Public Corporation in 1952, NTT has developed a wide range of technologies and proposed new applications for them in response to changing market conditions. Mobile phone services, domestic interprefectural communication services, international communication services, solution services, system development services and related services are the primary services in the integrated ICT business. Vision of NTT is your value partner that is committed and can be trusted. NTT promises to always listen to our clients and the world at large. We engage with clients and society as a value partner with a deep commitment to trust, long-term relationship and mutual success. We believe in achieving transformative results through technology innovation for ourselves, our clients and society. As for the mission statement, contributing to society through our business operations, NTT seeks to solve social challenges and create a sustainable society through our business operation and partnership for people, organizations and communities.
Moving on to the competitors, as shown in the table are the competitors of Nippon Telegraph and Telephone, which are Internet Initiative Japan Incorporated, J Tower Incorporated, and SoftBank Group Corporation. With Internet Initiative Japan have 4,355 employees, J Tower have 143 employees, and SoftBank Group have 49,581 employees.
Now, I will proceed with SWOT metric of Nippon Telegraph and Telephone. The first SO is maintain strong relationship with customers to encourage purchases for a dynamic lifestyle. The next SO is leveraging current market position by providing new technology to retain loyal customers. Next, for WO, the company should enable to think of some new technologies and product with the investment. Then, the company should expand into more international market with the new opportunities in environmental policies to sustain potential customers. For the ST, the company should develop more new features products to sustain competitive advantage. Secondly, develop stronger relationship between customers and the firm defeats the margins of local distributors. For WT, the company should constantly advertise using digital marketing and improve products with lower expenses to gain more potential customers and revenue. The last one is increase revenue from international markets so that local trades do not impact the firm's market.
According to the graph above, space metric by Nippon Telegraph and Telephone was categorized in aggressive quadrant of space metric. It is located at the coordinates of 3.34x component and a y component of 3. An aggressive investment strategy is a high-risk, high-reward investment strategy. This type of strategy is suitable for younger investors or those with a higher risk tolerance. The goal of aggressive investing is capital appreciation rather than capital preservation of regular cash flows.
Moving to the next company, shown the matrix of BCG on the organization named Nippon Telegraph and Telephone. There are 3 divisions we selected, which are fixed voice related service, sales of telecommunication equipment, and also system integration service. All of these are located under the Nippon Telegraph and Telephone segment and are labeled as A, B, and C. In the table is the market share, relative market share, and market growth rate of Nippon Telegraph and Telephone. All these parts will influence where the segment or division will be allocated in the BCG matrix. The first quadrant named question marks. Nippon Telegraph and Telephone has one division under the question mark, that is System Integration Service. It tells us the division has high growth as well as low relative market share. Nevertheless, the division still can be changed over time, which is it can shift either into the stars or dots. The second quadrant is the stars. Nippon Telegraph and Telephone indeed has one division covered in this quadrant 3, which is in the level of B, sales of telecommunications equipment. The division conveys that it has high growth along with high relative market share. Plus, it also means the organization has long-term opportunity for growth and profitability in the future. Last but not least is the quadrant IV, the dots. Indeed, Nippon Telegraph and Telephone has one segment in here, which is the fixed voice related service. This quadrant is considered as the worst quadrant since the business will always experience retrenchment, divestiture, and liquidation. Thus, to overcome this issue, Nippon Telegraph and Telephone should harvest more by creating systematic business strategy. Regardless, the fixed voice related service here indicates it has low growth and low relative market share.
And now for the IE matrix. From the table, we can see that the total weight score are 2.19 for IFE and 2.37 for EFE. The results are shown in the table points to the quadrant 5, which is in the hold and maintain region. In this region, the company Nippon Telegraph and Telephone focuses on the market penetration and product development.
To conclude, Nippon Telegraph and Telephone advanced and looks further ahead in its ambitious reforms and continues to serve customers and society at large in a time when answers to more complex challenges are needed. Therefore, there are some recommendations included as a tip for the company's improvement in order to sustain its achievement for a long term. The company should expand to the global market. By expanding into global market, the company can increase its market size, including customer base and revenue, which lead to the overall growth and success. Then, the company should also constantly advertise and improve product quality. Despite the fact the entity has a distinctive marketing approach, other brands, both new and old, also develop fresh approaches to sustain the position of best telecom service. In overall, regarding marketing, product, service, technology utilization, and relationship with their customers, both companies did excellently. Through strategic positioning and value addition, both companies have done well. The company has used strategic management strategies to look ahead while also understanding how it is a roadmap for managers to show them where to steer the business.